Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, we're back. Part 3. So we are doing beginner tutorials here on Tinkercad. If you haven't seen the other ones and you're a beginner, then the first video we made this screwdriver holder. Second video, part 2, we made this soap dish. Very easy, simple. So them are good ones to start with if you've never done this before. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the text and draw feature. So here is the dashboard for Tinkercad. So make sure to create your free account because this is an online program. This will save your different designs right here on your dashboard. And then we'll hit create. Go into 3D design. There we go, and it brings us to this blank template. As you've probably seen before if you watched the other videos or if you've played around a little bit with Tinkercad. So the text is pretty self-explanatory, but let's make a little sign to print out. And I'll show you I'll show you kind of a couple little tricks. So just drag the text from over here, and you can see it literally says text. But we can change it right here. So we'll just backspace. What should we have it? Let's have it. I'll make myself a little. Should we have it say subscribe? Yeah. I wonder if I should have done. Can I do caps lock? Yeah. Okay, so at this point, you'll see the letters are not attached to each other. So, there's a couple things we could do. We could, if we're printing out like a little, I don't know, a fridge magnet or any kind of little sign, I guess we have to attach it to something. I'll show you two ways we can do it. So we could just take one of these squares and stretch it out to the shape there, and let's just make this 1 millimeter tall. So see, we can select these white squares and change these numbers for the amount of millimeters we want. Here, let's round this to 30. And so you see what I'm getting at. We could have this like this. See, there we go. It's kind of cool. Here, I'm going to select the whole thing and center it here. So if you don't want these to stick up so high, obviously, you could just select this white square, and this is 10 millimeters tall. So we could do 2 millimeters. See, and it's just barely sticking up. Let's see, because did we do one? Oh yeah, that's only 1 millimeter on the background. But I think it would look better like sticking up. It looks cooler. So this would be good for like a little fridge magnet or something. Let's see, there's another. But honestly, the whole thing, you know what? Let's first make a copy of this. So we can do duplicate. And then arrow down, and so now we have another one to play with. But let's combine these together. So we're going to drag with holding the left mouse button, we're going to drag the red square over the whole thing. That'll select everything, and then we're going to group them together so it turns it into one object. So let's go ahead and group them. And then we can kind of stretch the whole project then. Let's see. Why is that? It's going to be in my way. Okay, so see these little black squares? So see, I think the subscribe button on YouTube, well, let me see if I can look at it quick here. Let me go to I'm just looking at my phone really quick. Okay, I guess this will be fine. So I kind of looked at it on YouTube, but they just do it with the capital S. But for my little printout signs, I kind of want it all caps. But see, by stretching it, I think it looks kind of cool like that. So see, I'll show you another way we can attach these letters. Um, if you ever want to center the thing that you're working on, so we can hit the F key. See, so now we're centered on this subscribe. Um, Slide it over so we can see the whole thing. So let's do a different way we can attach this. So actually, this is the one I might print out. Let's make this actually a little taller. We might have this one so it sits, so it'll sit flat on a table upright. I'll show you what I mean. So here, let's grab one of these squares. Let's kind of position it. Here, we'll stretch it out like this. Do 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 do. And then yeah, we could do about like that. And then let's just make a thin little like attachment point, maybe yeah, 2 millimeters. And we want to make sure it's touching the letters. So let's move it up a little. Oops. Is that touching? Sometimes to make sure I know it's touching, you can actually turn it into this. Use the hold button. It turns it transparent. And then you can tell if it's touching. So see, when it touches, it'll turn gray like that. But see, what we should do is we're moving everything 1 millimeter at a time, but let's actually change it down here to 0.1 millimeters. Now we can move stuff really slow. There, see, now we can see what parts are touching, see? So we want it just kind of barely touching everything. Let's make sure the rest are touching. Yeah, I think that's fine. So see, now that we know that these parts are touching, we can turn it back to a solid. There we go. So see, this will be like a little tabletop sign that will sit flat on the bottom here. I'll show you. I'll tip it up, but we have to attach this. Top of the exclamation point is just floating there, so in the final print that would not be attached. So let's just make a little, what are we going to do? So we're just going to make a little attachment point here. I'll show you. This should be okay. Let's just go like this. So see, I'm just making a 2. Let's see, is that too small? So see, I'm just making a little block like this to fit right back here to attach this together. So let's see how that fits. Should we make it fit better? 1.5 millimeters. I'm just changing the size of it here. There we go. And 3 millimeters? Yeah, well, should we make it a little stronger? We can make it 4 millimeters tall. There, see? There. So see, now that's attached to the little sign, or to our whole sign. Okay, so let's use this technique. Drag with the left mouse button held down. Select everything with anything in the red square or rectangle will be selected. So everything's selected now, and let's hit the group button. Okay, we'll wait for it to finish rendering or whatever. So see how it's got this kind of red outline? That means it wasn't done. So there, see, now it's done. So we can start, see, we can move it like one object now. And let's flip it up so I can show you what I mean. I think, so using these arrows, we can tip it up. So if we want it to do like the snap grid, we leave the mouse cursor inside this circle and see it snaps at different angles. I said that in the last one of the other videos also. But if you want to move it more fluently at weird angles, you just have the mouse cursor outside of the circle. See how it's not snapping into place now? But we want to snap it right into place perfectly flat. So we'll look at, so see, this would be kind of a neat little desktop little trinket or something for the, I don't know, a paperweight. We'll come up with some reason for having it. I'm going to stretch it up also, so I think it looks cooler. Subscribe. I think that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh yeah, there was a few, I should have showed you, there was a few, let's grab another text here. There was a few things you can change here. They don't have very many fonts. There's just a couple. And see, that one's not quite as cool. That one's not very interesting. That one's pretty nice. That would have been good too. Let's see, the height. Oh, duh. We can do that anyway afterwards. So, bevel. Oh, bevel can make it really fit. Okay, interesting. Segments. Oh. I guess I've never used that function. Is it too late on this? Here, let's try something. This will be another little thing that you guys can learn because we can actually ungroup everything. So let's tip it back down. Okay, it looks like it's floating in the air now. So we're going to hit the letter D key to drop it. There we go. And look, we can actually ungroup everything. So let's ungroup it. Now we're back to being able to select just our text again. So let me do this segment button and see what it looks like. Oh, or was it the bevel button? What? Am I losing my mind? Okay, I figured it out. So let's select this, subscribe text here, and wait, we're going to change it back to what we want. We want it this font. So the bevel can't be at 0 if you expect a change to happen with the segments section. So the bevel has to be set to at least something. So it kind of, I don't know what it does. It should be rounding the, I'm not quite sure why it doesn't work when it's on 0, but so let's move the bevel up at least a little bit to 0.244. And then if we move the segment, it starts to cut the angle in the little side of the letters. So let's go more. Okay, this is very confusing. See, I'm still learning. I've never used these slides. Okay, so I like how the segments look on 1, and then just change the bevel, and it gives you these bigger, more dramatic angles cut. So let's see, if we keep going, that's going to get a little crazy. So I don't really want the letters merging together. There. That's really cool. All right, I like this. Okay, well, now that I fumbled through that, see, I get to learn as we go also. So, oops, look, I moved it without selecting our little exclamation point holder. So now that I'm happy with, let's see, would it look better if this was a little bit taller than the, let's go to 24. I think it actually would look, I think this is the one I want to print out. Yeah, I think it'll look better if that's a slightly taller. Because we're going to lay it, have it on its back like this when we print it. Um, let's center that. Okay, so we're going to group these together. This is done. So let's hit group. This one we'll get rid of. So anytime you want to get rid of an object, just hit the trash can here. This one will save, but we'll just get it out of the way. I like that one too, actually, but that would be a good fridge magnet. Let's do this one though. I kind of like this one. Okay, and another function. So we're done. That's the text. So you can play around with the settings and get different fonts and whatnot, and mess with the bevel like we did. That was a little confusing how they have that set up, but okay. The next thing we're going to do is this draw feature. So see the squiggly line over here where my cursor is? This is the scribble feature. I better call things what they are so I don't confuse anybody. So let's set this down. So see, when I set it down, I just clicked and it brought me to this screen. So this is where we're going to do our scribbling. And it'll give you a little preview over here on the upper right hand corner. This is kind of what it'll look like on the work plane, like where our other project is. So you can draw on here. So let's just scribble. And I'm just using my mouse, so I can't do very precise stuff. Some people have pens, Uh, well, here, let's just hit done with my little scribble. And you'll see, look, it created this shape that I scribbled. So see, you can either have it real thin or real tall. So let's delete that. And then let's start over, because what should we draw? You know what? To go with the subscribe, because I'm giving hints or something. Let me see what the like button looks like. Let's do a like button. It's going to be hard to... Oh, I see. Okay. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is going to be terrible because I'm using my mouse, so it's going to look really bad. But let's just do a little like button because I think that'd be kind of a cool accent to have with our subscribe little sign that we made. So let's see. It kind of comes in just a little bit like this. And then the little thumb goes up. And then how far does the fist go out? Okay, it goes out just a little bit like this. Sorry, I'm going slow because I'm looking down at what it looks like. And then it kind of slants in like this. No! I was doing so good! I should have stopped after a little bit. So see, you can always hit the back button and start over. Okay, that's a little better. Let's add this line. I mean, this is still very awful. I think it'd be easier if you had the little pen and tablet as your mouse, you know what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Okay, we'll just stick with that. And so we can hit done. Okay, let's see. If we left this thing small, then we won't be able to see how bad it is. Let's make it a little bigger though and just see what it looks like. So to make things bigger uniformly, just hold the shift key down when you stretch it. So see, it gets bigger evenly, uniformly. If you don't hold the shift button down, look, it stretches and can get all different weird shapes. So let me hit the undo button and let's just see how bad this looks. I don't even think I want to attach this to our beautiful, like, it would have been kind of neat to maybe attach it or something. Let's make this red also and see how bad this looks. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but this is the second worst thing in the world. Okay, I don't know. I guess we'll print it. We'll print it out just because. Should we make it the same height as this is 24? Let's make it 24 tall also. Hey, it is pretty much 24. We'll just change this middle number. So yeah, the height is always this. There's always this kind of middle square that you can select right here. So there'll be the four corner ones, and then there's always this middle one. That's the height. So, all right. So yeah, basically you can use the scribble button for all kinds of different stuff. It's one way that you can make more organic shapes where a lot of times you can't with as easy with all these static object shapes. So I guess it's not super awful, but I really like the subscribe sign. So let's go ahead and change the name. See, it comes up with a random generated name up here. Let's just do, yeah, we'll do subscribe and like. Subscribe, like. Whoops, I wasn't looking. I guess I'll just do all caps there. What? There we go. I'm so good at typing. Okay, so now we can hit. I wonder if I should center these if it's gonna position it weird on my once I go to slice it. I'll hit the F key to center. Oh, that wasn't centered. Okay, there. We'll just put them in the middle there. Let's go to export, and I'm gonna export these as a STL file, and we can open that right up in the slicer and print it out. Okay, guys, I'll print this out and we'll take a look at what it looks like when it's done. All right, guys, they're done. Dude, these actually turned out really cool. Oh my gosh, my main thing that I'm surprised about, let's see if it comes off. Oh, look at how cool this little like button is. I was giving myself a hard time. Oops, my light. This is awesome. I really like it. I can't believe I was giving myself such a hard time when I drew that. It's great. Okay, let's see if this pops off. Yeah. Look at this. That is awesome. Now this is my big printer, so it doesn't print perfect detail. Let's see if I can focus on this. Yeah, there we go. So a little bit, the finish could have been a little tiny bit better on here if I would have printed it on my small printer. Oh, this is great. As you can see, I'm still using that bicolored pearlescent filament, so it's red from one angle. Here, we need better light. It's very early in the morning. Red from this angle. And how do you do it? Oh yeah, it's blue from other angles. It's goofy stuff. Awesome. I like this so much. Let me put the camera down and get a little bit of a different angle here. There we go. That's a good angle.
I am so happy. This is really cool. Look at how nice that looks. And my like button. Now my new favorite little trinket of the day. There we go, guys. All right. Thanks for watching this one. Uh, this is a brand new channel. So I'm going to make you guys 10 videos. And then I'm going to post them all at once to start the channel out. It's going to start with 0 subscribers. So if you'd like to support the channel and join the community, let's try to build something special. So hit the subscribe button, hit this like button, boop, boop, and we'll get back to you with the next one. Thanks, guys. See ya.